What's good, superstars? Back with another VV video. You got Superstar Joe. You got Superstar Rob in the building. How's it going, Rob?
Pretty good. You?
Bam. Oh, there we go. Back together after the Christmas break. Taking turns there on the videos the last couple of days. But guys, if you are new here, do not forget, become a superstar. Smash the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notification so you know whenever we post about your favorite project. Today's VV video, a lot of people will be happy to see that. You can also become a superstar VIP, $2.99 a month. Hit the join button underneath the video. Get one of these stars next to your name. Flex on them. Flex on them in the chat. Let them know if you're Adjo Darrow. Don't worry. You don't even have to flex. Just stand there and your arms are going to be so huge. But anyway, flex on them in the chat and also enter into our giveaways at the end of every single month. The Superstar Utility Program that's coming up in a couple days here. Depending on how well this whole program goes, that's how many prizes and all that stuff that we do. So we want to just give back as much as we can to you guys. Also, follow us on X, follow us on Instagram. Join the Discord. The Discord is where all the utility lives. We also have channels for everything. There's a channel for every single project. If you're in that new project, Disney Pinnacle, they're showing off whenever the rotating store has good things on it. They're posting in there. It's just really fun. Get in the Discord. I can't say it enough. Become a VIP member. Mint Cryptos with our link. Buy merch. Do any of that stuff. Let us know on Discord. You're going to get entered into the utility program, get entries, and have chances to win some pretty cool prizes. We also have an NFT project that's out right now. It's the Superstar mystery boxes. We revealed what's in the mystery boxes, but not exactly which NFT you will have until the end of the month. End of the month, the minting is over, and then it will reveal. At least that's how I think it's going to work. OpenSea, we'll see if it does what it says it's going to do. But the pink and the blue are the most common. Black is the next, and then gold is the most scarce. And the gold ones guarantee you physical and digital utility for 3 months straight, January, February, March. Black, small little sample size of people for a draw. For each of the 3 months, trying to make as much price as we can there. And then black and blue, or blue and pink will have digital. And then if you have both a blue and a pink, you'll be entered into physical. So we're going to find out who's got what coming up soon. And we're going to see how big each of these groups are. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, people are already excited for this. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We love having a lot of fun with these projects. And of course, Joe, next slide there, because Starboy holders, we're not going to forget about you as our Genesis project. We're going to get 50% of the proceeds from this back to Starboy holders, depending on what percentage of Starboys you own. I want to continue to bring utility to, all our NFT projects. I mean, that the one with the fanny packs right now are going to be a 3-month utility, but the Starboys is our OG project, and we hope to continue giving you guys, our early supporters, as much utility as possible.
Yeah, if you were thinking to mint, you have a couple days here left to be entered into that snapshot. Once it reveals the end of the month, we're going to take pictures of the snapshot, and then that'll be who's entered into what. I don't know if it's going to let you mint after that date. I don't know how it works once the reveal happens. We're all going to find out together. But as of December 31st, midnight, whatever, we'll take the snapshot, and then we'll know how many of what and where. To put this stuff. So that link's in the description as well for the mystery boxes if you were thinking of buying one before the end of the year.
Yeah, and I just checked as well. 137 sold of the 200, so pretty good showing.
Not bad.
And we're definitely going to be able to have some pretty cool giveaways with that kind of participation. So we're very excited to have you guys, be able to join in. And I think, along the way, Joe, it's funny because we set the price for it, and then the crypto market pumped, and Matic actually got more expensive. So actually, they got more expensive. As Matic pumped, but
you bought it early. You're laughing now.
That's right. There you go.
Yeah. Okay. So Twitter news. Yesterday, Rob did a video on McFarlane. He talked about the new showrooms that they've come out with. They obviously have that Christmas themed one. I saw Bones did a great video or picture with the Batmobile in the streets there. But the detail and the quality on those showrooms is incredible.
It's pretty good. I actually was able to download it, and live on the video, I walked around so everybody could get an idea of how it looked. Mm-hmm. Quality is pretty good. The quality is where it needs to be. I didn't drop any of my own assets into that area. I was just able to walk around with it, but it looked very interesting to me. I felt like they're building on something right now, that there's more to this than meets the eye. Bit of a speculation on there. I mean, at least they already are showing their ability to do alternate showrooms. So we're probably going to see more and more of them as it relates to DC, Superman, Batman, who knows, right? And then on top of that, maybe we're going to start seeing some kind of social environments that are here as well, because it's on their own personal platform. And I think McFarlane is trying to attain that, right? They're not trying to build a full-blown metaverse, but maybe have some kind of jumping into someone else's showroom, kind of, small home spaces. So we'll see, and we'll continue to track the projects he works.
What if they have like paid environments, kind of like even the play sets that Cryptoids is planning to have, right? They're planning to have play sets. What if they have paid environments? Like you would used to back in the day, go to the store. I want to buy a bat cave. I had to buy this big clunk of plastic, and it kind of looked like a bat cave, but it didn't have all of the features, obviously, because it had to be open so you can put your toys in it. Here, you can almost make the exact bat cave replica, sell it. I don't know if they're planning to sell it or just give them out, whatever. But I think maybe a good idea for them would be like, if you hold X amount of Batman stuff, then you get access into this world. That's probably the best way to go about it because you're incentivizing product. But yeah, I can't wait to see what they come up with. And now that we know that it's possible for them to have a different showroom and it's not too difficult, I guess, because they obviously done it already. I'm excited to see what they come up with.
This is a showcase, right? They're proving here that they're able to deliver on alternate showrooms. So because they've done it once, I expect to see this more into 2024. And I think it's all great stuff, especially for the guys like Rich who love doing some pretty incredible art. He's so talented when it comes to building those things. So like the creativity is another level. But yeah, we'll continue to watch McFarlane and see what other kind of interesting things that they have for us.
This is a Veve video. I mean, it would be awesome to see Veve come up with a bunch of different showrooms as well. I mean, imagine putting your collectibles in themed showrooms. You have all the IP. I think that'd be a great idea for Veve to bring on board as well.
I think the Vaultaholics would appreciate it as well. I don't know if they're going to do that. They'll probably rely maybe on a Veveverse. They kind of put everything into the Veveverse. It's not out yet, but when it does come out, we'd be able to get those different showroom environments in there. So perhaps that's the approach that they're taking rather than within their in-app on the iOS app.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Rich, he did one in one of those Christmas theme. He did the Iron Giant, so definitely go give him some support. Go check it out. We retweeted it. You can go and check it out. He's doing some great work. I
couldn't believe it. I don't know how he does this from just a bunch of little cubes. Like, it's insane what he built.
He's an artist.
It's so good. Definitely an artist. That's for sure.
Bones. Speaking of community members doing great content, I mean, you got Rich now doing the content. You got Bones. He's got his own YouTube channel. This thing is going on fire. It is absolutely one of the most consistent YouTube channels there is right now in the community. Is covering all the projects. We told you guys. Bones B is in every project. If you have any questions, he's in the Discord every day. You can talk to him there in the Superstar Money Discord. You can reach out to him on Twitter. Now he has YouTube. You can go comment on all his posts, but he's covering everything for you guys. So you don't have to do all of the research. He's been in the space so long now, and he's just a great dude.
Yeah, I mean, Bones does fantastic content. Already, like, one YouTube video in, I'm like, he's one of like the best content creators I think I've ever seen. Like, he's just insane. His quality is just insane. So you guys got to make sure you support him, give him a sub, make sure you watch his videos, and give him a like for sure.
Speaking of Bones, he jumped up today actually on the spaces that we had with Alexander Taub from Truth Labs. And if you didn't know, the creator of Goblin Town, which we've talked about a couple times on the channel now. And Bones gave a great question as well. But I mean, Alex was a great talker. I mean, he gave us a lot of history of the company, of NFT space in general. And if you don't know, we found their story because when Veve made those changes to some collectibles, we were looking at the other projects that might have done that, and we found out that Goblin Town did something similar in kind of protest to royalty fees on OpenSea being taken away from creators, because they did a whole free mint project that depended on those royalty fees to help provide the utility for the project. And now obviously losing that shook things up for them. So what we learned today, and you can go listen to the recording, but what we learned today is that they redid the entire collection with a different type of contract that was kind of securing their fee, their royalty fee, and then they kind of changed the picture that was on the original to a bunch of middle fingers and stuff like that for the OpenSea stuff in protest. So I asked them, my question was, how did your community take the changes? And he said, well, it was a free mint for the Goblin Town. He goes, and it was really, really well received considering that they still got the other NFTs, and then people kind of understood, because the whole thing was like they gave out the free mint and then they wanted to tell a story with the mint. So they would constantly change it to kind of tell a story and build out their storyline. So a little bit different ideology behind that than what happens on Veve and what we talked about earlier. But I mean, great talk. And this is just proof again that Cryptoids and Will are bringing the space together. It's another project, nothing to do with Cryptoids, and he's bringing that voice out so we can learn from someone else in the space and understand more about Web3.
Yeah, I mean, Cryptoids is the best. I say that all the time. They just, the team's just incredible. You got Will coming on here, bringing in CEOs of other projects so we can learn from them. I'm completely on Goblin Town side on this. I mean, think about it. That's a pretty unique idea. They built the project from the beginning knowing they're going to change the NFT. Like, it was built, but they gave it away for free. So nobody could ever complain and be like, I didn't know or I don't like it. You could get a free mint. How are you going to complain if it gets changed? But what I like is that it was part of their story to change these NFTs, which is very interesting. We've seen this before with like hatching, the mythic dragons. Those guys there where you get an egg NFT in it, then they can change it into a dragon NFT. So very, very cool stuff that you can do with these projects. And the royalty fees on OpenSea really is a devastating hit, I think, for many people, because right now it's easy, right? OpenSea takes care of the royalties and you're good. But now they're just saying going forward, it's all optional. So there's no need for us. Anybody who, if they buy your project, they do not need to pay the creator any kind of royalties. And their point is, well, why give it any utility? Long live the slow rug. Just release the project, sell it, and just let it rug. Don't give it any utility. Just slowly fade away into oblivion, and long live the slow rug, because there's no royalties.
That's what he was getting at. He's like, basically, it's not incentivizing creators to give back to the community because they don't have any funding to be able to do that, because it's all the money gets taken up front this way, and then over time the interest will die off because there's no financial gain. So that's just, I guess he makes a great point. But now they're looking at alternatives, and the space is defining itself. He mentioned that this might be one of the reasons why Solana is doing so well recently, if you've been keeping track on the crypto market.
Yeah. For sure. We're gonna have to look into that, Joe. We're gonna have to look into
that. If you did not know, if you won something on the Veve 12 Days of Veve, you can go and check their tweet. We retweeted it for you guys. They have all 12 days here. At the end, they ended up giving away a Veve gold and silver logo, a partner statue, and a bunch of other cool things. So that was a cool idea. I like them giving back to the community. Really, really fun. And I like Alex and Crypto won. I seen a bunch of people in here, a lot of superstars in here. So congrats to you guys for winning.
Love seeing the superstars win. The Juju was with you. We're very happy that you're able to get it. Secure yourself some nice prizes.
Yeah, someone else won today. I think I retweeted it. They got like number 19. I think it was Rewind. Rewind won number 1923 of a Steamboat Willie. Well, we're gonna get to it.
Rewind's had some pretty good Juju with the Superstar Utility Program. He's getting Juju all over.
He knows his Juju. He knows his Juju. Yeah. Luca Nets, shout out to him. Pudgy Penguins on ABC News. And I mean, we've seen a lot of this. There was a YouTuber recently, 5.5 million subs, who was opening presents on a live stream, had 1.5 million views. Pudgy Penguin in the live stream being unboxed, and he was just talking about it, and people in the chat were going crazy. Now you see him on ABC News. Obviously, just being in the toy market and getting that type of exposure. Now you're getting on national news. People are going to say, oh, what's that? That was on ABC. I saw that. Let me go buy one. And then they start to learn about Web3. Luca Nets and Pudgy Penguins are doing God's work for Web3.
Last week, Will brought on Luca Nets right onto the spaces on Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern, guys. Like, this is what I'm talking about, the connection within the community. And Luca Nets is no joke. I mean, like, look what he's pulled off here now with this kind of exposure. Like, I've never seen this kind of marketing with these projects. Like, just another level of marketing of getting the name out there about Pudgy Penguins. He's literally creating almost like he's turning them into like a Pokemon status. Now, obviously, Pokemon has a whole like another level of fan base, but we're seeing the early beginnings of, like, let's say, some kind of movement for some kind of love for an IP that no one's ever heard of before. And all of a sudden now they're becoming pretty popular with the kids. They have the games you can play on their website. So these guys, they've took it to a whole new level, and I'm curious to see how they bring it in 2024. Because I asked them, like, your marketing's already crazy. And he's like, don't think we can't do better. And I'm like, whoa, we'll have to wait and see.
I'm paying attention at the Super Bowl. I'm looking at every commercial, and we're going to see if they're in there.
Yeah.
That's just something. I feel like that's something that if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be Luca. So let's see what happens.
It's true.
Here it is. So Rewind. Rewind got this from the 12 Days of Christmas from Veve. It got delivered. Number 1923.
Nice.
So very good mint number that they're giving away. It's very cool to see them giving away that mint. Obviously, the beginnings of Disney, if you don't know, we're in the 100th year anniversary. Obviously, 1923 is the beginning of that. So very cool to see. Speaking of very cool to see, CEO of FlickPlay retweeting a segment from or not even retweeting, tweeting a segment from our interview to talk about their project. I mean, very, very cool to see this. It really put a smile on Rob and I's face today. So happy to see that. And obviously, good friends of ours at FlickPlay, Purina and Nick. And we've been talking with them. We're going to do a little bit of a fun little thing here in the near future. We're going to give you some more details on that. But download the FlickPlay app and check it out. And then you'll be prepared for whatever we do here.
Look, we've been in the space for the last 2 years. We're not new here. We've been here for now enough time that we see what the people want. What is it that the communities of these digital collectible companies want? So we asked Purina a whole bunch of questions that we would typically ask any other platform. And you know what? She's smart because she's like, you know what? Instead of just redoing it, I'm just going to go clip that video of my answer because it's the same answer every time. I'm going to start posting it. It actually makes the most sense for her to do that. So please keep going. Keep taking clips. Get the word out to the community. Your answers are all there for everybody to see. And you also, if you guys want, you can just check out the whole video on our channel.
Yeah, and if there's ever any new questions, then we'll just ask Purina to come back on and we'll go around it again because I think Flick Play is going to be one to watch in 24 for sure.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the smoothest AR I've used so far in the app, free app, you can download it right now on your phone if you want. Just as you're watching the video, go on the App Store, Apple App Store, and you can download Flick Play and see how smooth the AR is yourself.
You can import your Star Boys. You can import your Kid Called Beasts, a bunch of stuff. This tweet was flying around. This is an old tweet from Decon last year, but shout out Invincible. Obviously,
yeah.
we met him at Decon. You can see us right there on the top right.
Yeah.
I mean, but I don't know. Sometimes these random tweets come up from way back in the day and brings back memories. So he's getting beat up right there for sure. But it looks like you're getting an uppercut in that one.
Yeah, I somebody commented on it that he wants to buy something from the market from him.
Oh,
that's how it started. So that was a fresh comment from today on this post, which we never retweeted. So I reposted it right away. That was the one right there, Mr. 168, saying.
Oh yeah, there you go. We got the fanny packs in action there too. By the way, both of us wearing a fanny pack.
I know, but we got different fanny packs now. But yeah, great photo and great time at Decon.
Nice. If you didn't know, if you're in Pinnacle, if you're in the allow list, whatever. By the way, Pinnacle, you got to open that up. Start letting everybody in who wants to be in there. I mean, does great things for you. I mean, the community, they're eager to get in there and spend their money. But we got this one here. It's the Nemo drop. It's a little bit more expensive of a drop. I think it's similar to the Snow Globe ones when we weren't here. This is the first limited drop that we'll be around for, and it is pretty cool because the goggles have like kind of a depth feel to them, so not a typical pin, not something a typical pin can do. Each of them are 333 editions except for the Crush, which I think is $299. So that's coming up tomorrow on the 28th at 9 a.m. Pacific. So if you guys wanted to get on that, I don't know how fast they're going to go. They are priced pretty high, but the other ones were priced high and they sold as well. So let's see how this one does.
Time to open the floodgates for sure. And we got to learn more about this project. I feel like there's still a lot of things about this project that people want to know about, but they haven't really come out and given us that information. It's such a young project. Hopefully soon we'll hear more about the roadmap and what we're going to do with these and the utility that might come with it. I mean, in the near term, I think you could probably correlate it to the other Dapper platforms like Top Shot, for example, where we know that you can do burn events, you can do challenges. So I think we're going to see a lot of that stuff. And then a lot of people, obviously, they always have questions about marketplace. They always have questions about trading. So we'll see where they go with that.
The one thing that is addicting on Pinnacle, by the way, today I bought a pin. I'll let you know this. They have a revolving store. So basically you go in there and random pins will show up from the sets. So like they show up like this and you can just go scroll through. See, and there's only a certain amount, like 5 or 6 sometimes 4, sometimes 3. And they change every 3 hours. But if you're lucky enough to be in that 3-hour window, sometimes they have the most scarcest pin. So today, at one point, there was Jesse from the Pixar one. Yeah. And Pixar is the least minted collection. It tells you the mints, like how many have been minted on there. And the rarest Jesse was available on the rotating store. It was $30 Canadian, whatever. But only 120 or something of them have been minted. The only other way to mint it would be to do a mystery capsule. And I think it's like a 2% chance of hitting that. And then you got these other limited ones that are like $60 each Canadian. So to me, I'm like, that's a must buy because it's less mint than one of these ones that we're looking at on the screen. And I mean, lower percent chance, and I'm paying half the price. So I say, you know what? Let's do it. Let's see how it goes. And those ones are only around for another like 2 weeks, I think. And then they're cutting off the supply of the open for that Pixar set.
Yeah, that's right. They like to do open mints. And then it's more of a time-based model. It's a pretty interesting concept. I really like it actually. Let the demand come and buy it. Don't tell people how high it's gonna go. A little bit of of warfare in your mind in terms of, is it scarce enough? I got to go for it, or maybe I'm going to buy it. And next thing you know, tons of people are going to buy it over the next 2 weeks. So I think there's a little bit of teeter-tottering there with the mints as well. Yeah, I mean, I love the revolving store idea. I like these new, fresh ideas.
Just you checking the app. I'm just checking the app all the time now because of that. So like, and for me, like I'm a revolving store guy, like rotating store, whatever they call it. I want to be buying from there because sometimes you see opportunity like today in that Jesse Mint. If I see that, I might do something like, because would I rather buy 3 mystery boxes or buy one when that's the one I'm going for anyways? You know what I mean? I'm probably not going to get it from 3. Rob will do a nice little Excel for us on the Pinnacle and let us know our odds
anytime. But you know what, Joe, if for the flippers at heart, the revolving store is amazing. It's amazing.
I love the revolving store.
Pinnacle smart for doing this, getting right to the end of the people, getting right into that deep into their soul and be okay.
Dapper knows. They've been around Top Shot. They've been around.
They know.
I mean, everybody knows all day, right? So it is what it is. But speaking of amazing, Rob sent me these images from our Discord. Shout out to Alex and Crypto. Who made us into Funko Pops.
He did a great job with his AI.
This is AI. This is me. I got my Pudgy. Look at the resemblance. Hold on.
So good.
That's me. So exactly good. 1 for 1.
Good. Yeah.
Then you got Rob holding a Baby Yoda. I think that's your mug.
That's my mug. That's my mug right there. That's crazy.
I'm liking the hoodie. I think we're gonna make one of those hoodies. Around he made 2 of them each, so then that's another one to Rob, I think.
Yep.
Holding like little Baby Yoda in the box.
Yep.
And then there's me with my Starbucks. There
crazy. You go. With a dollar sign on it too.
A dollar sign. I love the hat too. It's like got like a metallic buckle with our logo. Incredible work. I don't know how you do. I don't know how the AI does this. I don't know what you submit to make it do it, but been seeing these floating around. Thought it was a lot of work, but I guess it's something that just it's like a prompt now at this point. But very, very cool.
Hopefully it wasn't too much work, but he did a great job. Thank you, Alex Crypto, for doing that. We love seeing stuff like this, guys. Every time people have made art for us in the past, we've been so thankful and so appreciative. And thank you, Alex Crypto, for doing this. We love this. You made our day.
Somebody's got to turn it into physicals. Let us know.
Yeah, biscuits. Biscuits the only one.
Buck Jester, if you haven't done so already, check out my Crypto story on the June 23rd community newsletter. So he was back in the day. He was in the newsletter. I think it might have been FA newsletter. And he's basically talking about his way to becoming the first ever Grandmaster on Cryptoids. It was a great read. Definitely go check that out if you haven't, and support Buck Jester. And he's a friend of the channel. Go follow him. He's a great dude and enjoy everything to do with that guy. Really, really awesome guy. Very positive person.
A lot of Ultra Grails with him as well. A lot of Ultra Grails.
He's got the juju.
Well, we thought he was the number 1, but he wasn't. Icy Dog was number 1, but I think he's probably number 2. He's probably number 2 if I had to guess. But yeah, he's great.
If you want to buy any Cryptoids, links at the top of our X page. Also in the description of every single video. If you buy anything, let us know on Discord and we'll give you some entries into our giveaways. Rob, let's get to the meat and potatoes. Let's give some credit where credit is due. And let's talk about a way that Veve can make some people's dreams come true here.
Yeah, so first of all, shout out Salsa Cash. He gave us a video idea today and we're going to go ahead and do it. So he said, you guys did an AMA with Reese where he talked about how difficult it would be to rig static 3D models, but technology has come a long way since then. Could be an interesting topic to explore in the video. So we wanted to make sure we go back on this one because lately we've received some criticism that if there's a misstep on Veve's part, we will comment on it since we do cover Veve and we cover the news every single day. So we're gonna have to talk about it, right? So we did have some criticism externally that people are not liking the amount of videos that are saying things that are about missteps of Veve. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how Veve can actually improve, because one of the criticisms that Veve has is that these collectibles are the best that they have, and they're not actually going to be gamified, not fully rigged for gamification. Maybe there's an opportunity to improve it with new technology so they can accelerate implementing gamification on their platform. So we're going to go roll back to our AMA with Reese, back at the greatest AMA of all time here.
Speaking of things to come and stuff that we're expecting in the future, I mean, in the white paper, we've seen a bunch about it. Gamification, when that does come, if it does come, is there plans for gamification of existing collectibles on the app, or will it only be new things, or is it not maybe not coming ever? Like, what's the deal with gamification?
Yeah, look, this would be complete speculation if we want to continue this conversation, right? Because it's not. I don't actually have the details of what those plans are, but I think our general thinking is obviously most of the gamification, or what we refer to it as. I should differentiate. The Master Collector program is a layer of gamification, right? Light gamification, but you're receiving points. You're able to spend those points. You know, there's strategies there. It really becomes a bit of a game there. But the gamification that most people refer to is like video games, right? Being able to actually play games with their characters. Now, I'm not going to say that the collectibles that are available now won't be part of that whenever that comes or whatever that is. But I think that there are two things to kind of keep in mind, right? And I think there's one school of thought that would say, well, maybe you need a particular set to play a game in the Veveverse, right? And that's where renting of collectibles and things like that can really come into the play. And then there's people that want to use their characters and run around and use them as an avatar. Right? Yeah. And like, fair enough. I think that's awesome. But there's a heck of a lot of work that would need to take place for that to happen, because a lot of those early collectibles weren't built with skeletons, right? And this is only my general understanding of this from Trevor when he used to be with us. But if your collectible needs a skeleton for it to be animated, right, which we see with a lot of the animated ones, so we would either have to retroactively go back and rebuild the model effectively so that it could be used in that sort of thing, and then you're now talking like, I don't even know how many collectibles are on the app, but thousands, right? Or at least a lot of, a lot. So to do that for every single collectible and then have them move or be controllable or gamified is a big task. We would basically need an entire gaming arm to actually manufacture that. So I'm not going to say any of those will or won't happen because I really don't have the answers at the moment. I just want to set the tone for what it actually takes to get to people's expectations.
Okay, and then we followed up. We got another video here. It's called "Why Marvel Mighties Won't Be Gamified on Veve." So it then begs the question: has technology now evolved to a point where you could gamify the Marvel Mighties and you could gamify those early collectibles without having that insane amount of effort and workload on their team to do that conversion? And this is where Salsa came up with this website, and I'm sure there's other competitors out there as well, but this is the specific one you point out. It's called Anything World, where it actually uses AI to generate a skeleton for your 3D animation or for your 3D collectible. So I don't know exactly how it works in terms of bringing it into a game, but with the power of AI and the way AI is evolving, maybe something that used to take 100 hours for someone to rig now might only take 30 seconds. What do you think, Joe?
I mean, AI is changing the game. We know that it's been the talk of the last 6 months. And if you can just present a 3D model of anything to these generators, and they just click a button, and then now you can move around the arms and do whatever you got to do. I mean, that's going to save so much time for the developers, the creators of this stuff. Veve's going to have they're sitting on magic at this point. I mean, they got super duper lucky, but I mean, they have to take advantage of this, right? Like, I feel like your community has been asking for this for so long. Like, at least throw whatever assets aren't. I mean, some of the newer ones might have some kind of skeletons in them. We don't know for sure. We know that there are different places that they build them with different designers and different 3D modelers. So some might have them, some might not. But the ones that don't, I think they have to do something like this so that in the future we could see those games come to life. And I think if this is what is required, I think this is a no-brainer. Obviously, the Marvel Mighties would be a great way to practice or test it out. I mean, we know that they're Veve exclusive. So hopefully not stepping on too many toes. They could probably work pretty closely with Marvel. We see them at Comic-Con all the time with Marvel. But I mean, with this type of great software that's out there now, and I'm sure will only get better, I think no-brainer for Veve to do this, at least to have all the assets capable. And then the dreams of gamified Mighties. I think that video, we might have to go back to our other video where we said Marvel Mighties will be gamified. We're talking about Rob Stuff's video. But I think we can go back to that thinking if they're able to do something like this, which would be really cool to see. So hopefully they have this on the radar and something that they're looking at.
It says you can animate anything. It says you can use it for games, and this might be a way to really, up the ante and find creative ways. I mean, even for us, Joe, like if you think about it, if we wanted to, let's say, animate a 3D Starboy, maybe you take one and you put it through this program, and boom, it's going to give you something that can be used in games. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? We'd have to try this stuff to see how it's going to work. But this is an opportunity, I think, for Veve, who has not just one collectible to worry about, but potentially hundreds, and I'm willing to say at this point maybe even thousands, but
Yeah,
for
I
sure
think so.
hundreds, right? They might have to go and have to convert so many of these that something like this could save them a lot of time, and it could really help put them in a position to really bring that platform to the gamification potential we all thought they were going to have when we did that interview back in August of 2022. I mean, there was a lot of hopes. If you look at their original white paper where they talked about gamification, there was a lot of hopes for that. And shows you right here, upload, rig, animate, and build. So very, very cool. One other thing is, I don't know if it shows us the pricing here on this. It's not even that expensive. The Pro is $250 per month. It says, 1,500 free API calls. Like, I'm sure they're going to have to talk to Enterprise about this, but like, it doesn't seem like it's that much to do this.
It says Unity, Unreal Engine, both of them are in there. We know Veve has both of those. So, I mean, this seems like a cool way to advance Veve stuff. So let us know what you guys think. Let us know, do you think that this is something they should be getting on and working with? I think, I hope that they're looking at this. I mean, we know that was something that was a concern of Reese's in the past. So I think if this will help expedite, I think that this is something that they're probably already looking at. But hopefully this is something that they do, and we can start to see Marvel Mighty's Gamified, and everyone can leave that and have some fun.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be really fun. So let us know in the comments below what you guys think. And if you haven't already, don't forget, become a superstar, smash the subscribe button, join the Superstar fam, hit the bell notification button to get every single video every single day. And thank you so much to our VIPs. It's $2.99 a month. Get star beside your name, access to spreadsheets, giveaways. Guys, thank you all so much. Take care. And we'll see you next one. Bye-bye.